everyone, and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today, heavy-hitting elephants take on heavy-hitting cavalry as Capoch, playing as the Khmer or Khmer in red, gets ready to take on the Viper, playing as the Lithuanians in yellow. Now, while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate piggly-wiggly surroundings and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP, not a bad opportunity for us to take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. The Khmer, the Khmer, a civilization that focuses on some of the heaviest hitting units in the game. Their scorpions have extra range and can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Their battle elephants move 10% faster and can be upgraded to hit even harder with a massive +3 attack boost. And their unique unit is quite possibly one of the most annoying and hardest units to deal with head on. Basically, the ballista elephant, which as it sounds is an elephant unit with a massive ballista mounted on its back, which by the way, like the scorpion, can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Now, in order to take advantage of these bonuses, these upgrades, these very heavy units, the Khmer have to get their butts up to Castle and Imperial ASAP with a lot of food in the bank. So to help them do this, they get some of the most interesting, wonky, cool features in the game. To start with, you'll notice that underneath Capoch's Roman numeral 1, unlike the Viper, doesn't have these two little houses. What that means is there are no structural prerequisites. As long as you've got the resources, 500 food in this case, you can click up to feudal. Once you've got 800 food, 200 gold in feudal, you can click up to castle. You do not have to build anything in order to do so. That happens automatically. Second, speaking of no prerequisites, once you hit an age, all the structures from that age are available to you, meaning you do not need a barracks to build a stable. You do not need a blacksmith to build a siege workshop, and so on and so forth, which basically is a cool way to save a little bit of wood. Lastly, to help you get your cavalry units, and the Khmer do have fantastic hussars, by the way, to help you get that, and basically to help you get up to the next age, and then final age, Khmer farmers do not need to bring food to the mill or the town center. As long as a Khmer farmer is working the field, is on the farm, it automatically adds food to your stockpile, which basically means Capoch, he can put down a farm anywhere the hell he wants. He can put down a farm all the way over here if he wants to. And as long as the farmer is working that field, he or she will be adding unit by unit by unit. We'll take a look at that once farms start getting, what's the word I'm looking for? Sown? Plowed? Whatever it is. Built? Seeded? So many words, so little correctness. We'll take a look at, I'm assuming if we're lucky enough for this game to go into late game, that there's going to be a lot of farms, and then the count at the top left of your screen will just be going up, 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 a unit, a unit, a unit. Now, lastly, Khmer villagers can be harder to raid. Their settlement can be harder to attack because villagers can actually run into these and garrison inside houses. And once the danger has passed, they can get outside of those houses and get back to work. The big caveat with that, always, the villagers do not regenerate HP as they would in other structures. Now, let's take a look at someone who has it in his best interest today to kill as many of these Khmer villagers as possible. We're talking about the Viper, playing as the Lithuanians in yellow, eating his pigs, getting his deer, bye-bye Bambi, and at the same time pulling his boar. Now, the Lithuanians, a civilization that focuses on its heavier cavalry, their knights, their cavaliers, their paladins all get a free +1 attack boost for every single relic that's collected, all the way up to a maximum of 4 relics for a free +4. Now, this feature also applies to their unique unit, the Lithuanian Latus, a heavy cavalry unit whose attack actually ignores enemy armor, making it, like the ballista elephant, one of the most hated units to go up against one-on-one. Now, to gather relics, get this free attack boost as soon as possible. Lithuanian monasteries work 20% faster, so not only can you pump out monks quicker, but also monk technologies. And to support their cavalry on the field of battle, Lithuanian spearman line units and skirmishers not only move 10% faster than normal, but they can also be upgraded to get extra pierce armor. And before you think, ooh, okay, pierce armor, whatever, a Lithuanian skirmisher with the tower shields upgrade, which is the upgrade I just mentioned, their unique technology, 10 freaking pierce armor, Huskarl, Incan Eagle level skirmisher. And so if this does devolve into a late game trash war, I don't know, civs that get features for their trash units seem pretty darn cool to me. Now, lastly, to help build a robust economy, support their military endeavors, train those cavalry units, get those upgrades, find the relics, and get all that good stuff, every single Lithuanian town center does provide 100 food. You'll have noticed that the Viper did start with 300 instead of the usual 200. Anytime he builds a TC in the Castle Age and onwards, that will add 100 more. And the Lithuanians can be much harder to raid because their town centers, of all things, can be upgraded in Castle Age to get extra range, which does make them outrange and basically be safe from mangonels. They are the only civ that can upgrade the range by +3 on either side to give it this TC9 range. Like I said, the only civ in the game that has access to that feature. Pretty darn cool features. So one civ with villagers that can hide inside houses, one civ with villagers that can run into town centers, that can fire 9 tiles away, which is ridiculous. But at the same time, look at this. Viper exploring Capoch's rear, Capoch exploring the Viper's rear, both like a pair of hounds that have met each other for the first time are sniffing each other's rears here as our Khmer going for a bit of a loop-de-loop. Let's take a look at the attack path between the two bases. Viper spawning in a big old clearing here at the, let's call it the 12:30 position. Capoch at the, let's call it the 9 o'clock position. Also in a big old clearing. Attack path between the two bases, a little hilly. A little turbulence might be experienced here or there. A bear or two, a relic in the center of the map has been happening of late. A few small forests as well. So let's take a look at the actual bases. Ooh, I like this for our Khmer. Primary gold and stone to the back already being walled off. Extra stone also to the rear. Nice and safe. Get out those ballista elephants. What's a yuckity yuck is the forward secondary stone and the forward tertiary stone. So we'll see how quickly and how long this gold pile lasts for our Khmer, who is about to get attacked by a good number of cavalry units from our Lithuanian. Our Lithuanian, for his part, well, let's take a look. What is he doing? He's attacking the mill. Ooh, got a bit of a scuffle. 11 minutes in. Are we about to see the first kill of the game? We are not. Excitement over. Khmer retreating. Viper chasing partly. But these berry pickers are pretty much safe inside this little wall off. No ranged units, I don't think, from our Lithuanian. So very quickly, let's take a look at his base as he tries to bust in through this house and kill those berry pickers. Primary gold. Oh my goodness, the Viper primary golden stone in the forward position. Literally the exact opposite. No wonder he is putting on all of the aggression right now. He does not want Capoch to do anything related to these resources. He's also got extra gold off to the right, extra gold off to the left, and extra stone to the back as well. So 1 out of 4 good locations for your primary resources. Berries in the back is not bad at all, but he's already beginning part of a wall off. So even though the gold is unfortunately in the forward position for him, it is nice and secure. House abandoned, palisade under attack. The Viper is unrelenting. He is not leaving here, sending his spearmen back. Maybe he noticed that Capoch has sent forward a scout. Now, name of the game, depending on what Elo level you are for the Khmer, is Fast Castle, Fast Castle Knights. But let's see. I wonder how he will Fast Castle with the Viper putting on this good amount of aggression. To be fair, though, doesn't seem like Capoch really cares. He's got the gold, he's got the farms, and take a look at the top left of your screen. 79, 84, 82, 86. I feel like every time I look at this, I feel like an auctioneer at Sotheby's. Hey, 117, 118, 119 food sold to the highest stable to train the craziest scout. We'll see whether or not Capoch actually does a quick Castle Age. If he does so, it'll be very good for him because then he can deny the relics, much like an arena match. And we'll see whether or not the Viper actually does decide to contest or go after or seek the relics. On a closed map like arena, generally that's what happens. But on an open map, ooh, who the hell knows what the hell is going to happen? Hell, says the guy who probably shouldn't be swearing. Was this open the whole time? Or was the berry plant, berry tree, berry bush picked clean and the Viper just didn't notice? Uncharacteristic there, not noticing. If it was open, uncharacteristic for Capoch to leave it open. If it wasn't open but the berries were there, uncharacteristic for the Viper not to notice. But on the other hand, very characteristic for me not to notice and to miss it and to then make a big deal about it. Okay, palisade has been replaced. House is still on fire, but this isn't one of those games like StarCraft where if you reach a certain HP on fire, it just goes down and collapses. No. This house will stay on fire pretty much in perpetuity, which is a little unrealistic, but there you go. By the way, we're 16 minutes into the game. Only the Viper has just clicked up to Castle Age, and there are no kills. Capoch has no food. Unless he's queued up Castle Age behind this. He has not. So he is going to try to go big ol' economy here. He is adding bloodlines and fletching. Okay. So one player rushing not to the Yayo, but to the Castle Age. The other player doubling down in Feudal. Now, to be fair, these are not upgrades that are in any way hurting Capoch if he decides to go up to the Castle Age. Ooh, I don't know where to look. I feel like I should be a crocodile with eyes on the left, eyes on the right. Let's take a look. HP 8, 7, 3, 2. It looks like the Viper gets the first kill of the game finally at the 18-minute mark, but moves in a Spearman and loses it. So Capoch evens up the kill count at a huge 1-to-1. Gets a revenge, trying to stop this red incursion until he can get the tower up and successful. Where the hell were Capoch's archers? They were completely out of position, it seems like. More bloody deaths, more units, one each. And now Capoch, is he going to cancel Wheelbarrow? Is he going to double down in Feudal Age? I mean, the Khmer, you never know, right? They're one of these civilizations where, because they don't have prerequisites, structures to build in order to click up the next age, they're always a threat of when exactly are you going to click up? That being said, with Wheelbarrow getting research right now, looks like Capoch might have the ability to buy his way up to Castle Age, and if he does so, he's going to hit the ground running. Currently at a 4-villager lead, but he hasn't even clicked up yet, so the Viper has an opportunity here to plop down another TC, or even if he doesn't, to take a nice villager lead. Units are fighting the numbers overwhelmingly in favor of our Khmer. Unfortunately, the power of the army overwhelmingly in favor of these two knights. Is this archer even able to reach with fletching? Yeah, okay, so any villagers at risk of dying? Not yet. And now the knights are going to be hard-pressed to take on this much of a gangbang. The Khmer has to run away. He needs to take the high ground. A few of these units are injured, but to be fair, 5 against 1 in this game is, I like them odds. Whack, 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 bye-bye, archer. Okay, so players disengage. The Viper is catching up in Vil count. There's the second TC, pretty close to the first, and once he completes this, remember, he will get 100 food for free added to the bankroll automatically. But Capoch, at the same time, 23 villagers on food to the 15 of the Viper means that he can invest in a lot of food-heavy upgrades, armor upgrades, attack upgrades, range upgrades. Because again, look at the top left of your screen. It's always so much fun to watch. The numbers just go up and up and up. Maybe maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let's take a look. 166 food becomes 266 food. Love to see these bonuses in action. And there we go. Lithuanian monks are out on the field, but the quicker, lighter scout with 1.5. So not exactly a husbandry scout, but 3 wackadoos to kill the monk. Down he goes. No upgrades for you. And I should be able to kill at least shoo away, but maybe not 3. Are we about to have our first villager kill of the game? The Viper put down a palisade foundation. Seems to have confused the scouts. And during their period of confusion and stunned inactivity, the Viper escaped with his villager. So no Vil kills just yet, 23 minutes in, but light cav and husbandry. So this is going to very much be a cavalry play out of our Khmer. So far, no relics for anybody. Let's take a look in a second once this battle completes. How many relics have the players actually seen? Okay, there is not going to be a battle here. I mean, the Viper's going all the way around. So he's seen the center relic. That's the only relic he's seen. Capoch has seen this little guy. Has not seen it. I mean, the Viper, luckily for him, is going to stumble upon this relic. Real nice. So expecting him to get the first relic and expecting Capoch at the same time to get the first villager kill. Again, stymied by the quick reaction time of his opponent, and no villager kills for you, says the Viper. As his knights try to catch up. Do they have husbandry? Doesn't really seem like it, right? Yeah, 1.35 is not the 1.49. Relic being brought back. Quite possibly the worst route he could take. And to be fair, I don't know if Capoch would have noticed him, but okay, conversion not working out for the Viper. As he loses a 3rd monk now. Okay, now this guy says, okay, F it. I'm just going to go hang out here. But why is the Viper leading these units towards the monk. Garrison just in the nick of time. Capoch is just everywhere. Finally, I missed it. Of course, the first villager kill of the game. There are red dots circling like hungry little sharks all around the Lithuanian base. He wants to see where those monks are popping out of. He wants to make sure he cuts them off, gets them, kills them before they can get those relics. Every 100 gold that the Viper spends on a monk that Capoch can snipe is 100 gold that he is not spending on knights or anything else. And to be fair, the Viper's base here completely open, and Capoch using his 1 TC to aggress. He's down 18 villagers. Still has about 10 more villagers on food than the Viper, although the Viper... No, excuse me, I looked at the exact wrong time because he garrisoned or idled a bunch. Oh my goodness, the Viper, 14 idle villagers. What a way to cut down your economic lead. Okay, Capoch is here on the east. He's here to the south, which means the Viper can exit stage left, but he may not know that. 2 conversion lines, 2 upside down triangles. Another villager dies. 2 vill kills now. Capoch doing an amazing job smothering the Viper. But now a castle is up. If these were Frankish knights, maybe they would have seen it, but for now they are completely oblivious to the fact that there is going to be a juicy red brick structure that's going to start firing arrows holy hell upon them. And Capoch says, wait a second, something's a little off here. I may not need a 1 TC full on aggression. Let me build a 2nd TC and let me go after it gets another monk, I mean, this is hundreds and hundreds of gold that our Lithuanian is losing here. 2 more villagers die as well, and Capoch has to get the hell out of here. Luckily for him, the castle is not on the high ground, which means he can kind of stick around a little bit and take the usual amount of damage. Viper not targeting. Oh, he does right at the... I don't know if that was targeted or if the knight kind of leaned into that. Either way, bye Red Knight, and out comes Elatus. Out come 2 Lechi. With 2 more Atrainen. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, the Viper. Every time this happens, I talk about Jack and Wood. You always have to be so careful of your initial forests if they form part of wall-offs, which they almost always certainly do, that you do not jack your wood too hard and leave a gap for your friend, your opponent, your comrade to rear end you in. Is getting rear-ended. Ugh. Not very pleasant in this game. But the Lechi are out. No relics means that they have 0 attack upgrades. Free or paid for. A knight gets another villager, another... No, the town center should be able to clear up that knight in the next volley. Oh, pardon me, the next 2 volleys. The Capoch continuing to kind of... This is like a yo-yo maneuver. He moves in, he moves out, he goes up, he goes down, he goes down, he goes up. And the Viper is just at the moment just responding. He cannot get a monk out, he says, as he returns home with that 1 center relic. Okay, so he went for the easy relic first, despite knowing that there's a second one here. Capoch attacking houses, Capoch attacking Lechi. Bad decision there, although it seems like they traded out one each, although not a Elatus, but a knight for the Lithuanians. So now the Viper is going for that other relic. So he's going to have 2 relics in a moment, which will give his Lechi +2. Stop going after my villagers, says the Viper, as he draws these units into the town center firing range. Any little bit of help is greatly appreciated. Another monk returning home with another relic. Capoch going completely the wrong direction. Stop trying to convert. Another monk dies. I mean, in terms of attack boost, this is absolutely fantastic for the Viper, because he just keeps bringing this relic closer and closer and closer. In terms of the gold cost of all of these monks, I don't know about it. I don't know about that. But he's lost 12 villagers. His lead is only down to 7. To be fair, Capoch actually has more TCs than the Viper now. 13 dead villagers, lead down to 6, now 7 again. Capoch, by the way, has managed to get a relic himself. What is he building here? Barracks are the name of the game for our Khmer, as he leads the Viper on a chase while he himself runs in yet again. Now, Khmer barracks I'm trying to think in terms of their spearman line units. They don't have squires, I don't think, right? They move slow. Slow AF. Yeah, no squires and no armor upgrade. Final armor upgrade. So maybe, first of all, halberdiers against Lechai, not always the greatest of fights. It's what fandom or Liquipedia would call probably quote-unquote situational. Just because the latest ignores armor. And if fully with the +4 relics, which the Viper has 3 relics now, but no forging, no iron casting, nothing. Fully upgraded, a latest should be able to shred through a halberdier. Just because the halberdier's lower HP, the latest's higher HP. And the armor ignoring nature. So having no 3rd armor upgrade, not relevant that much against the latest, but in general, not great. Not having squires, though, is problematic. Another yellow monk dies. I mean, come on already. Oh, you are looking for another relic? Where is the last relic? Someone's got a hold of it. 2 ships passing in the night, some light cavalry units, and a single latest. The Viper just now getting wheelbarrow as his opponent gets handcart. This is a big old knight army. Let's please see Imperial Age. I'm looking at the resources. I mean, aside from the Viper's ridiculous gold count, doesn't look like either player is building up any kind of serious bankroll. The Viper going up to a 5th town center. So he was down to 2, or he was at 2, down to 3. Oh, that sentence is very confusing. He had 2 town centers. His opponent had 3. Now he's going to have 5. His opponent's going to have, well, the same old 3. Lechai, by the way, discovered this mass of knights for some inexplicable reason. Decide to die today. And they did take 1 knight with them, which is a pretty shitty trade. Pretty shitty. 2 scout line units die as well. So we're seeing a couple of scuffles here and there. And as I talked about how both players don't have the resources or inclination to go up to Imperial Age, they both, of course, immediately click up to the Imperial Age. And we're getting our first castle counter to the Vipers on this nice big hill for our Khmer. Oh, at the same time, though, it is Capoch who jacked his wood too hard and is now getting rear-ended by these Lechai. So all of a sudden, 14 villager kills apiece, 15 for the Viper. Where the hell do you think you're going? I don't think so. Oh my goodness, you don't pay attention for 1 second, and 1 tile, 1 little tile creates an alleyway that betrays you, and all of a sudden you're dealing with 14 Lechai inside your base, and 1 pikeman and 1 knight are pretty much gonna do absolutely nothing. So Capoch says, hey, if your army's on that side, let me try to push into here. Unfortunately for him, there are a lot of Lechai. Unfortunately for the Viper, there are a lot of knights. 48 army count to 21. Capoch should take this handily. He might even be able to snipe a town center with this vast quantity of knights. Ooh, some of their HP is real bad, though. They're down about 1,000 HP. Looks like at the same time, the Viper has been pushed back. Probably not by the pikeman. Probably more by the monk presence. Who's kidding who? This is not exactly that scary of an army against... Okay. Not exactly half dead Lechai, but pretty dead Lechai. Guess who's back again, says Capoch as he charges in, gets... Looks like 2 Lechai for 2 knights. And in terms of the cost of these trades, a Latus does cost 10 more food, and that it costs 70 to 60 of the knight, but it costs a lot less gold. This unit only costs 50 gold, which is ridiculous if you think about it, but both players literally a split second apart hit the Imperial Age relic count 4-1 in favor of our Lithuanian, and the Viper, please get iron casting. You're not in Castle anymore. I complain a lot that the pro players do not get iron casting in Castle Age. They don't want to spend the resources. Fair enough. But now you're an Imperial. You have no excuse. You're going full-on upgrades at the moment. Economic upgrades. Tagus Town Watch is not really an economic upgrade. Wall-off created based on the mini-map. It looks like there is a gap in the bucktooth here. But we'll see whether or not the Viper ran a palisade line through it to make sure that there is no... And now he's expanding, exploring. What is he looking for? Why is his entire army 28 Lechai completely out of position? Luckily for him, Capoch is investing his resources into halberdiers, and again, slower moving halberdiers compared to the Lithuanian naturally faster halberdiers. Not that our Lithuanian is really training halberdiers at the moment. I'm surprised the Viper isn't getting any trebs of his own. He has the wood for one, but he has gone elite latest. And now, so now the base attack jumps up to 16. And where, oh where is Iron Casting? Get you that 22 attack. And to be fair, I mean, this is not arena. And didn't really follow the general arena script, kind of tangentially. But man, oh man, are we seeing late stage arena vibes here with these massive armies. Capoch not quick enough to wall off. He does get a conversion, does get 3 conversions. And even though the siege does not get affected by the armor ignoring attack of the latest, surrounded by 100 Lechi, that treb falls very, very quickly. And we are seeing Cavaliers. Okay. I thought the Lechi would have done a lot better there. I'm assuming their HP is not that great. Yeah. Castle on the high ground, outnumbered as they were. Okay, I thought they would take a better trade, but maybe I was overestimating the Viper's HP on those units. Beautiful location for an anchor castle off here to the right, protecting the gold, protecting the stone, protecting this one wild horse who has seen better days. And now it looks like Capoch wants to go for that gold as well. He's in for a rude awakening once these villagers show up and get pumped full of castle arrows. He gets 2 more. He gets 3 more. Wow. Our Khmer has 5 Lechi. And by the way, their attack bonus with the relics lasts. They move to intercept. Even when they get converted, they still attack on a 21. And now they're not fighting knights. Now they are fighting cavaliers. And here we go. He saw the castle. Turns tail. But the Lechi are chasing. Well, for a game that really started kind of slowly and took a good amount of time for the kill count to go into double digits. Ooh, double digits. We are setting ourselves up for an amazingly exciting late game. The Viper with bombard cannons. Capoch already at 200. I mean, they're both at 200 population. Lithuanian castle is not getting repaired because the Viper is building a castle right behind it. Opting to use his stone for that. But to be fair, he is drawing 26 army count away from the battlefield with only 7 of his own. I mean, he'll eventually lose them. Yeah. Okay, well, Capoch takes another great trade there. First with the halbs, now with the heavy cavalry. The siege continues. I mean, this is a force of halberdiers that can easily get overwhelmed, but it's going to cost the Viper maybe 10, 15 Lechi, and he knows that he doesn't want to face the halberdiers, so he starts adding in hand cannoneers with their juicy plus 10 attack bonus against infantry. Should make them deadly to these halberdiers, although at the moment only one yellow pantaloon gentleman lies dead on the floor. Okay, the Viper, for his part, gets a conversion. Interesting that he goes after the Cavalier and not after the latest. My goodness, are there a lot of Lechi here? 35 in total. How many in the forward position? 28, which means there are 7. Oh, bombard cannon does get the treb. There are 7 Lechi somewhere roaming the map. Well, there are 6 Lechi somewhere roaming the map as that one gets gunned down by the castle. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted to see elephants. Especially elephants with tusk swords. Maybe scorpions. But this is just as good. Castle right in the middle of everything. Halberdiers zoning out a group of Lechi to the right. Hand cannoneers. Only 5 kills for now. Massive army engagement here. Both players knocked down into the low 40s, high 30s right now. Both players have healthy villager counts. And what an engagement there. The Viper cleans up the entire army of Capoch, but not without a cost. Hand cannoneers are the real MVPs here. Even though they only got 9 kills, they softened up those cavaliers. They killed the halberdiers. They did whatever they had to do so that the latest is avenged if he falls and has the opportunity to kill his opponent if he doesn't. At the same time, though, halberdier run-bys are a thing, apparently, as 3 cavaliers go to the north. Halberdiers chase. And this is what I'm talking about with halberdier versus Latus. You might think that the halb is a good unit against cavalry, but when you add in the armor-ignoring nature and the attack speed of 1.9 compared to the slower halberdier of 3 and the much lower HP of the halberdier, man, oh man, can the Lechai go through a halb like yours truly goes through a pizza. 4 Lechai leading 1 cavalier to auto merry chase. He's gonna turn. Okay, they turn around, they get him. I was gonna say he's gonna regret it. Then my mind said they're gonna turn, and so I said he's gonna turn when that is in fact not the case. Now Capoch overreacting with his army movement, sending 26 halberdiers to deal with 1 Latus now. More stables going after our Khmer, and look at the beauty of these farms. You see a single mill anywhere here? No, they just plop down. There's no shift key. There's no auto farm placement. You just literally move your mouse and click furiously wherever the hell you want, and that's where the Khmer plop down their farms. Okay, a TC falls. So for the umpteenth time, Capoch finds himself just on 3 TCs. His castle is gonna take a beating, but it is on the high ground. Bombard cannon is not as heavy hitting as Trebs, although coming with a healthy 200 attack bonus against buildings, and then even more when we're looking at stone defense. So the castle falls. Is the Viper preparing for Hussar raids? Do we yeah, we do have Hussars. Interesting location for a castle. What the hell is the point of this castle? You're not even reaching the gold. You're kind of reaching the stone. Okay, interesting location for a castle. We'll see if it does anything. Unless he wants to put a bunch of farms behind here or around the castle. That could be cool. Try to garrison villagers. Damn you, says the Viper as he shoots that house. Couple of Hussars are moving forward. Upgrades on them. Fully upgraded Khmer Hussars. 53 villagers on food. Look at that food count go up, 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 up. The problem for him is the Viper's got 70 villagers on food. And also, by the way, has access to a super cool winged Hussar. Although unlike the pole, doesn't come with any special features. No Lachitic Legacy, no trample damage. Not even blast furnace. I mean, at this point, the Khmer delete your delete your houses, and he does delete. But the army for Capoch is just way too intermingled here. You should not have your skirmish spearmen, pardon me, behind your cavaliers here. Looks like those 4 Hussars to the back of the Viper's base have been dealt with, and now he presses in. Okay, Viper should not have taken that fight with only half his Lechai, but slowly, surely, he is moving forward towards this castle. Treb continuing to try to bombard these bombard cannons. Latus trying to attack the Treb. Out pop a bunch of monks. They're going to convert. They do convert. And the Viper stands tall after that engagement. His bombard cannons untouched. 4 of them still here. And now Capoch, even though he has 1,500 gold, is going pure trash. Halberdiers, Hussars, huzzah for them if they can win. We'll see if they can. A meat shield of Lechai is just about as good a meat shield as you could possibly want in this game. I mean, what would be better? Battle elephants. Battle elephants with tusk swords. Cough, cough. Let's go, let's go. Both players sub 200 population. The Viper is ahead by 20. His Treb has stopped firing. He's going after the bombards. Oh, even with blast furnace, even with bloodlines, even with husbandry, he doesn't get them, and that's all she wrote. Capoch realizing that he can no longer take on this army. The bombard cannons are just absolutely wrecking everything in his path, and he's gonna lose this Treb. I mean, 1 Treb versus a bombard cannon, you know, maybe in different elos, but against the Viper with his micro, ooh, I don't know about that. So Capoch deciding, you know what, this is way too powerful an army for me. Like I said, if you have an army composition with a meat shield of Lechai, you have done something right in your life. And so 15 Lechai 22 hand cannoneers with a juicy kill count of 62, and the Viper destroying castle after castle after castle, finally penetrates the military-industrial complex. And Capoch, what a military-industrial complex it is. 22 stables. That is amazing now. With 22 stables, did he need to GG? Oh yeah, 115 food. Okay, interesting. Now is the time that the Viper is going for hill forts? That's the upgrade that adds 3 range to the town center. Now? Why are you doing that now? Oh, I know why you're doing, because you're rich as King Midas here. 2,000 gold, 5,000 food, 2,000 wood. Why not prioritize this upgrade though? I guess you don't have any. I guess you don't have any halberdiers or skirmishers. But wow, the Viper's army composition way too powerful. I mean, these are 3 of the most powerful units in the game: Late bomber cannons and hand cannoneers. And this guy, well, this guy can't even click on him. He's dead. He just doesn't know it yet. It's like one of those poison darts that kills you before you even feel the skin being punctured, because it moves and operates so damn quickly. That is what this guy is. He is dead before he even knows it, even though he charged with his hussar flaps. Yeah, didn't quite get the damage done that he wanted to. So let's take a look at the stats. A lot of halbs, a lot of hussars, but the knights, the cavalier play was real fun. But once he ran out of those, and again, look at his gold count. Capoch just a good amount of gold. So I'm not too sure. Did he need to GG with 52 villagers on food as the Khmer? Adding more and more and more. Let's say you lost even 5. Let's say you lost all 6 of these structures. You still have 19 stables. I mean, 19 stables needs 2 or 3 production rounds, and you might be able to overwhelm this army with enough micro from enough multi-pronged locations. Okay. I mean, obviously, the GG makes sense. But the question is, could he have fought back, and should he have fought back? And my answer to that is a big, conclusive maybe. I don't know. The Viper, peak APM right at the end of the game. Capoch, peak APM right at the beginning of the game, with an APM that is a lot more relaxed than the Viper, who, by the way, 161 Lechai is a fun game. Economically, not that different if you remove the relics, the 4 relics that the Viper got. You get 8,300, which is basically, what, 3-4% bigger economy? Not the end of the world. Wood going to our Khmer, everything else going to our Lithuanian. 9 conversions to 5, 14 raisings to 5. And let's take a look at the total kill count. Oh, yeah. 350 to 217. That's what happens when you pump out trash a lot earlier than your opponent, and your opponent is still on Lechai. And as amazing a battle as you took here with the halberdiers, yeah, there's just, this is like LENS. It's untouchable. Unfreaking touchable. 48 vill kills to 34. So not exactly a game decided by villager kills, I don't think. Neither player really raiding the other's rear end as much as they probably could have, with all these Khmer farmers being completely exposed. I'm a little bit surprised that Capoch didn't start mixing in houses. He did so here. 1 house here, 1 house here, and your villagers with the new run to safety feature that was introduced into this game could very easily run to safety into those houses. But the mini-map tells the story. The yellow settlement much bigger. More importantly, the yellow army 2.5 times bigger, but about an infinity's worth of more power. 1 latest for red. Not too sure what he's going to do. He already has a kill count, but ultimately, what a fun game. Got off to a bit of a slow start, not going to lie, but this game escalated real quickly until the Viper just built an untouchable army. And with the Untouchables, with Sean Connery and Kevin Costner, the Viper is victorious. But GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.